Good day, everyone. Welcome to my channel. It has been a while I posted, but regardless, we move. So this is a project I'm actually working on. I was just trying to learn these, you know, the strategies on how to work with EVs and something like that. You can just maybe browse on YouTube and maybe how to get started with EV. But for now, I had this idea of what if I don't want to create a character, like I don't want to like model a character, like maybe I can just use an AI to build the whole character. I know that I've seen a lot of issues when you build use an AI to just get a character. They're like it's messy, they are not in quads, and the rest of them, maybe the fingers are joined together, a lot of things. But we may probably not look at the whole thing, but I'll just try my best to make it more like friendly, and then like easier to understand. So for now, I would just get the character, the AI model I used. I would just get the character and just import the character. So I'll be using um, some tools like instant mesh, like to get it properly oriented. What I mean by properly oriented, what I use instant meshes to do, since I know that the characters are generated with triangles, like this character right here, because it's always generated with triangles. And trust me, they are very messy and it's quite difficult. You can't like they're just that's these triangles. Let me just use that word. They're those triangles. So these are an AI generated model, right? I mean model. So you can. I'll just zoom in. I'll just zoom in so you would see what I'm talking about. You can see how messy. You can see how messy the character is. So they are triangles. I actually generated the character with 50k triangles, but obviously in Blender you will see 49.99 there about just one value to make it 50. I wonder why, but I mean almost everything I've had like jams are like 99.9%, something like that. There's nothing always 100%, but you get the point. So this is a character. So I want to use an application called Instant Mesh. What Instant Mesh actually does, it just converts the triangle mesh into a cleaner quad based mesh with better edge flow. That is what it actually does, and it actually gives the at least it makes the model like to be able to be edited better, has maybe have UV, like a good UV wrap, and it helps the character like based on the rigging, the weight painting, and to animate expressions and all of that. So I will just see how to get into it, just make it look easier and quicker. So I've imported this mode. I'm just showing you like the overview, like what it actually entails. I split my screen. So let's just move on. So the next thing I want to do is to actually in like since I've imported into Blender, I need to export it out of Blender, but I will export it in an OBJ file. That is like what the application Instant Mesh works with. So I will actually still drop the link for download. You can just Google it and find it and download it, but I will drop the link just to make it more easier. I can just click and download it. So that is what you are going to need for this tutorial. Or I'm not really doing a tutorial. I'm just trying to like do an overview of whatever I did, but it may not be a tutorial, it may be a tutorial, but just stay along, just stay to the end. Yeah, you may like what you see at the end. So this is the character. I tried as much as possible to get in a pose. I mean the models these days, the AI models these days are just so cranky. So what I did was to actually export this in OBJ file. Don't worry, I will explain what cranky means at some points. So I want to like export this as an OBJ file. I'll just go to export, then go to OBJ file, just look for wave font. It's something wave font something obj. So that's what we're going to use to export the obj file. And when I said something about cranky, like if you're going to generate an AI model, most of these AI models don't do a very great job at getting the models to stay as you want it. So you actually need to outsmart them. When I mean outsmart them, you have to like maybe like give specific, because I actually use an image to um, I use an image. No, first use an image to get the 3D model. That's what I did. So you have to like be specific on. Maybe I would actually do a separate video on that. If you actually want it, I can do a separate video for you guys so that you guys can be able to generate your character in a more good proper manner. So you export this as an obj file. There are some things that are automatically like when you are saving the file, you have to like you check some boxes like the selected only has to be on, apply modifiers need to be off, write normals need to be off, include UVs, it doesn't matter, you don't have any UV yet, but just include it. Then triangulated needs to be turned off. Like when I mean turned off or on, just uncheck the box or check it. On, check, off, uncheck. Basically this is the instant mesh application. You just open the mesh, like click on open mesh, then go and select your file. I don't want to like you know talk too much on this. When you open the mesh, you export the obj file, then remesh type, you choose quads 4/4, like you are saying the quads 4/4. So I've imported the mesh, and that's the mesh right there. Then the vertex count, based on the fact that I used when I was trying to create the model, it was 50k. So but my vertex count should be like up to 32. So I would just increase the vertex count to up to 32k vertices. Then configuration is eccentric, like just exactly what you're saying there is just check it on. Why the rest, you won't just forget about the rest, don't stress yourself. Those ones are usually turned off, so leave it like that. So you can see I'm trying to process the changes. I increased down to 31.58k. Then you can obviously see that there are tools there. I first used the orientation field. I solved it, tried to get the orientation preparation. Then I used the comb to get like proper orientation. I won't want to use the other one that looks like a magnet. I mean, my GPU just to gig RAM. I don't want to I don't want to waste time. So I just use the comb orientation to get proper orientation on character, then solve it, then click on the position, then solve it, then extract the mesh. That is basically the whole point. So if you want to move around, it's shift or shifts, like basically you won't like I click on that comb to it shouldn't be selected when you're doing this because it won't work. So you can just see what I'm just trying to make the orientation nice as possible so that when I go to the position field and solve, like everything will not be wobbly like that. So I had to deselect it and I'm trying to pan around. So I think I used shift. I click on shift then middle mouse button to pan around, something of that sort. Then I think middle mouse button, just click on the middle mouse button to move around. That will just get you all sorted out. But I can be wrong. I can't actually remember. It was actually the first time using that like this application. But I think this should work. But if I'm wrong, please in the comment section just tell me the correct thing. Thank you very much. So what am I trying to say is that you like go to YouTube and just browse on how to use this guy, this instant mesh. There are a lot of videos, different preference. I myself, this is the first time actually trying it out. Although this is not the first time I've actually tested it, but at least it's the first time I'm doing a video and showing you guys how to do it. So I may be like wrong in some things, but that does not really matter. I loved using it. So like the first time I tried it out, it was okay. I loved it. So it just gave me what I wanted, and I mean you should see the end of this video when I got the character. Actually tried to do one. It was an alien character because I was trying to create a story. Probably when I'm done with the story, I'll share it to you guys to to watch it. So, but regardless, we move. Let's just move on. So basically, after doing all this thing, you would export the character. You just there's an export mesh right down there. Just click on it and export the character. So you choose a name that you can remember. Please don't save something that you can't remember. Just obviously. So import it to Blender. Obviously import. Go to file. Go to import, or you can just drag anyone. I do drag a lot, so since I know where I save the file, I just leave the file folder open. They just go there and just drag it and put it. I'm so lazy. Oh, I'm not lazy though, but I'm creating this video for you, so I'm not lazy. I don't think anybody have actually done this on YouTube, but I mean, there may be some people that have actually done it, but I don't really know. I'm actually doing it for you guys, so you guys can watch it or just get started with something. I'm actually doing something that at least I know that I'm happy to show you guys how it works. So you can see the character edit mode, fish select mode, just browsing, just trying to get. Well, this is the character right here. So what you're going to do next, you're going to just clean it up one way or the other. So made by designs. Actually, you may not be able to see that if you use vertex mode. So what I did was I went to select the, I think something manifold. Okay, I couldn't find it in the faces part, so I have to go to vertex and go back to create and manifold. So obviously I wanted to just delete stuff like maybe a floating parts or this kind of thing. I just wanted to make sure that my character is okay. But the problem with this character is, you should know, is that there is no symmetry. It does not really have a symmetry. So the next thing we want to do is going to be like a bit tedious. You're going to find the symmetry, just trying to look for the middle. Obviously you will not see the middle, and even if you use instant mesh, you cannot be finding the middle there. It's just almost impossible, and it's difficult, time consuming. So but we are just trying to make our life easy. Why would we want to so start stressing ourselves like that? So you understand what I mean? So there's some like methods I use, like using bisect. There are actually a lot of methods you can use. Just I use bisect, since I know I just have to strain my eyes one way or the other to get the points, like the middle points wherever it is. Like you could use any other place. Sorry, I mean you could use any other thing to get the middle. So I selected mesh, went to bisect. Just go, just try as much as possible to get the middle points of this character, then divided it, like just divide it into two one way or the other. Then the wrapper just wham, is gone. So this is what I did. But you don't actually have to stretch it up. It's actually divided already. So what I did was I had to use control to actually get the middle. Click on control. Then when you're moving, it should just snap to the middle points. Just no stress. It will divide the character into two. As far as you've roughly gotten the middle point at least. So I use that clear out. If you click on it, you just remove one part, and at this point it's selected the x, I think the other x, the minus x. So it's actually to actually give its own line of symmetry, something of that, like sorts in the middle. But you have to be careful. This is the point where things get really really complicated if you don't know what you're doing. But I don't know if I'll have to walk you through on how I did mine, but I'll just try my best. So I click on that clear out. What I wanted to just do is just to get add a modifier, mirror modifier. That is what I had to do, because I wanted my character to be mirror. That is why I'm using it. Because if you're using an AI character, the two sides are not actually equal. Like when I mean equal, they're not they're not symmetrical. Is the word symmetrical? Okay, let me use the word symmetrical. They are not symmetrical based on the fact that what I'm getting here I can't get into the other side. That is obviously the whole point of the stuff. So what I did, this mirror modifier stuff, everything was okay. Everything was too good to be true, but it was it was okay. Although there were like a lot of pinching parts which I had to resolve along the way, like removing some geometry that are not like loose, or there, I don't know whether you get what I'm saying. But um yeah, so that's what I actually did, but I'll see how to walk you through on what I did so far. So just stay with me to the end. You can see I tried to increase my clipping distance. I actually left it at 0.001, just to make things like more fair and easy. Then I try to scale the middle points. Like I just have to scale it like S, then hit 0. So I just scale it to the point of 0, so everything look. I think what I just did was that in my like what I did was I just tried to make everything like zero as possible. There's no angle. You can see there's some cuts or something like that. So obviously I just used I just filled it in. Selected maybe the verse I in vertex mode. Just select the vertex. I just press F to fill. That's what I just did. So like to make things easier for me. So that is what you should just do. But apply mirror modifier. Don't apply the mirror modifier until you're actually done with anything. Don't apply the mirror modifier. That's one thing that you need to know. Do not apply the mirror modifier until you're done with a lot of things. Like you can see that I'm selecting one part and the other part misses. So I had to also cut out the eyes. I had issues. Like I can see that eye is not actually straight. So before I actually deleted, I had to GG two times to move that vertex points to the side to but there are a lot of things I actually did just to get the eyes working properly. I'll just try to make it tutorial friendly as possible. Alright, so what I just did here was try to get an opening for the eye. So as you have known, I use the mirror modifier, just make life very easy for me. Then select some faces and delete it. Then I actually try to at least get an oval shape of how an eye like have to look like. Mm, although this is an AI character, so it's a bit difficult. Like I'll have to start editing everything. But I actually did some parts. Just try to adjust the eye in a fashion that looks oval or rounded or circle. That's obviously what you need. Yeah. So I'll like during the tutorial, I'll just show you what I just did. That added maybe look some loops around the eye just to give it an eye shape. That's obviously what I'm trying to do here. So this first one was like the first. Let me just say the first loop. So I'm just trying to like get it like in a bit rounded, like something as possible, something like that. So yeah, it's actually what I was trying to do here. So you get the point. So the next thing I tried to do the nose. Just trying to get the angle. I selected the faces right under the nose, but there are some part that you have to cut out some faces. Just be careful not to make any mistakes. So what I did was I just had to cut out some faces, then select it, then push it in just to create the nose. You can see I'm just trying to demonstrate what I did. Just G Z grab Z on the Z axis. So that's what I did for the nose part. Then after moving it up there, I deleted it. So just deleted that part so that I'll be able to get like at least an opening for the nose. Alright, so I tried the mouth. The mouth was one of my most challenging parts. I had issues with the mouth because of those extra vertex, or those joints, because of when I did the bisecting. So I had like an issue. So I was supposed to insert. When I inserted, like I had issues with it. So but I actually fixed the issue because there are a lot of overlaying geometry. Like I found out that overlaying geometry. So but for here, this part, you can see that the first thing I did was to actually apply the modifier to show you what I mean. But this is the issue I was having. But I actually found that it was like a lot of overlaying geometry. So what I just did was I had to delete the faces where the mouth is, delete everything. I found that there were a lot of overlapping geometry. So I think it's when I extruded a lot of geometry. Some points remain, maybe edges, vertex. So that was the thing that was contributed to the issue, the mouth issue. But I actually found that. So when you're doing this, be careful, because whenever you extrude, or even if you undo, there may still be like overlapping edges. Just try to find it, because they are there. You won't see it like that, but they are actually there, but you won't find it. So
Okay, so I'm going to delete this face. I'm going to just delete that. Then I believe that there's something wrong with the mouth, like they are overlapping faces. But the problem is that each time I try to fix that, that's if maybe it doesn't like go away. It just comes back, and still having this mirror modifier on, I mean active, it just makes it worse every time. So I want to try something. All right, so I'll just extrude here. Extrude on X. Okay, extrude on Z. Then if you look closely, you find out that the mouth has a kind of weird, like this. Looking at this, let's zoom in a little bit. Like you can see, it's weird, looking a bit funky. And I think I know the reason why. Because if I go to vertex, I'll find out that if I had to double GG twice to move this, I'll find, okay, not that guy here. Okay, try here. You can see, yeah, you can see what I mean. So they're like two edges or two project group, like they're just overlapping. So I believe that's the reason for all this issue. Like you can see them here. Yeah, you can see them here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete them. I'm going to delete all of them. So like I'm going to like reconstruct the mouth, the mouth opening, and I think it's here twice. Like what I'm just pressing is just G twice, just G. That's what I'm doing. G twice. You can see. So we need to fix all this. So what I'll just do is that G, sorry, whatever. And if I delete them, it actually goes away. Just leave it with this. Let me see. Yeah, someone is here. G, delete, delete. G, yep, bye bye. Delete. Yep, bye bye. Delete. GG. Yep, bye bye. Delete. I mean, like you may experience something like something different, but this is what I'm experiencing here. So, but like I said, this is not like this is not like the normal character creation. Some people can just sculpt and like what I'm just doing, just like this lazy way of doing the whole thing. But I'm not saying that you are lazy. Oh, I'm just saying that I worked with instant mesh, and I actually love the way it gave me the when I use Rigify, because we're going to use Rigify rig. When I use Rigify, I love the way it deformed. Like I love the way everything deformed. It deformed so perfect. Everything was so neat, just neat and just good. So like I wanted it, so it still applies to every other character. I mean, using instant mesh helps very well to give you nice deformation. Like if you had to download from Sketchfab or any other place you get your character. So, but for me, I'm using an AI generated character. So I'm working with an AI generated character. Okay, okay, that's okay. Okay. Oh, what am I going around? I think I still have my memory modifier on. So if I did for a part, it will affect the other part automatically. So let's go inside this now. You can see that I actually have this loop. I can literally just do shift alt, just select all of them and delete it. Then like recreate exactly the same thing. But I don't do that. I'll just click on this dot, click on this other part, then just press F. So you can see that line I came. Same thing I'll do here. F. Same thing I'll do here. Alright. So one may ask, what am I doing next? I'll just try to fill in the faces. Oops. Oops. Oh, sorry. I don't want to make any mistake. Alright. F. Yep. That's exactly what I'm going to do. F. Alright. So I'll just no contrast. Just wait. Alright. So I mean, this is progress. This is progress. Image. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So it still obeys the mirror modifiers. So like I'm just checking it if it's okay. So you can see that it's okay. So the next thing I'm trying to do is I want to like create a kind of make the lips like this, and the lips, something of that sort. Though, but I mean, oh, I forgot this guy again. Well, moving on. So I would like to like work work on this in on my own way, or I mean, rather mm, in my own way. Yeah, sorry. All right. So probably maybe GG. Let me see if I can move this guy. Okay, just get that, that slight bend in the mouth. And so I'm trying out something. Shift Alt. Then what if I just, I mean, I can just create. Okay, let me Control R. Okay, adding loops. Okay, adding. Oh, let me place to like say to. I think it should be fine. I was trying to do something here. If I could bevel, I think bevel should give me a very good outcome. Oops. Okay. I think Control B. Yeah, bevel should give me outcome. I hope this is not strange. Yeah. So like looking at this from this perspective now, let me change this guy to surface. Draw. You see the lip parts. Oops. Right. So I'm just trying this now though. So show me. Let's see. Okay. Oh boy. Right. I'm not really engaged into the animation, so I am not using kind of pen yet. So At least I have some knowledge on it. Not really practicalize it fully. Alright, so going back to what we're doing, I can see I have a kind of that's sorry, this guy, GG. Trying to move it like let me see why. Yeah, not working. I'm just trying to move it like slightly back. It's not going exactly the way I'm planning. Let's leave it like this. So control B has given me at least that mount. I don't like the way this mount is. GG. Have you been in that situation where you're like, oh, this is not correct? It has to be perfect. It's oh, I think this is okay. Let me just save this control S. Alright, so something I want us to do, I want us to scale this mount. Like just scale it down a little bit. Scale it down a little bit. So right, SC. Come on. Okay. Okay. SC. I just want this thing to be like, close ever slightly. I'm not really gotten like shape of the lips though. Like, know what I'm actually looking for. Where probably here just the G. Oh, alright. So it's confirming my yes. But you guys get what I'm doing, right? GZ. Just trying to form that lips. G Z G Z G Z G. Keep forgetting I have mirror modifier on. Like the movement is just wonky. So the process I'm like what am I doing here? Yours may not exactly look or I mean the creators project is more of like it's supposed like perfect the perfect like I'm actually the creator so I'm on doing the whole thing and you can see everything looking perfect to me. I mean yours may look a bit different. I mean I don't pray you have problem but yours may look a little bit different. So like what I'm just trying to do is when you come to this area you just try to shape this in the best position you can like in the best way. So oops, I think I have oh yeah this guy um, G X shift yeah I don't want to slide too much. Okay, I don't know if I got this mount shape correctly but I mean uh, Okay. Hmm. It's looking like there could be some improvements. The way I'm looking at it, I still have this. Let me just add some loop cuts here. Control R. Yeah, around here. Add some loop cuts here. Yes. I think I did a great job. I'm seeing this delay because of the like yeah, I'm seeing this delay because of I don't think this is the shape of it correct. I mean, I did a good job here, but yes. Oops. Oh, what did I select? Ah, yes. Hmm. Eh? And this did the trick. So I think my mouth is okay. I think my mouth is okay. Let me see my problem. Let's see. Oh, I think I'm done. So I didn't even need to. But I think I just still need to close this mouth opening, like ever ever more slightly or thereabout. Something just close it more. I don't know what you guys think. Or should I leave it like that? Oh, that's that's got adding like more loop cuts. I want to just like I feel like you close this mouth more. I just close it more. Sorry. Um. So that is just my work for do so far. So I think adding more lookups here is going to cut. Hmm. I found out that this ellipses they're not like they're not aligned. Like for some reason I don't know why. Alright, let me see if I can fix that. I think those are my faults from the start. Let's look at this from I need to move the whole of this part, this down part forward. Alright. What I do is like G. Yeah. Oops. I hope I'm not destroying anything. Yeah, because like little changes like this could destroy the mesh. I hope I don't. I'm not destroying anything. Okay. I have an idea. Let's see. Okay. I was trying to move it back to its position, but it didn't work. Alt G just like resets it back to the original position it was. I don't know if this mouse is looking okay or it's just looking more strange. And this code I added, if it's looking like more weird, I think this mouse looking okay my own end. And okay, just trying to observe something here. Clipping. It's the clipping so that I don't want to touch. I don't want to like mess with that stuff. It does not really affect anything, but I mean, hold up. Oh, I'm seeing some issues here. All right, so I think the reason for this tearing, so like tearing, maybe that I just like found out probably maybe it's the weight is squeezed. So let's move this guy aside, move this guy, then GG. Yep, GG. GG. Alright, yeah, okay. Alright, so yeah, I think we fixed that. I hate seeing that. I think I just saw that in nose one time, but I mean, I don't know actually know what's happening there. I don't even know where the problem is coming from. But hopefully, I think maybe yeah, it's caused by like maybe overlapping vertex or something like that. So uh, GG. Nope, nope, GG, nope. It's very tedious. I'm not really like cut open this guy. Oh, let me just let me cut open the nose. Yeah, let me just cut open the nose. Let's go to select mode. Oh, I sorry. Okay, I think we see the problem. It's from here. Let's check it out. Yeah. Oh, I think it's okay. Hmm. That's some nice looking mount. All right. So yeah. So we can move to the next thing. We've done the mouth. We've done the ears. We've done the nose. Create an opening here. Okay. I don't think I. The next thing we want to do is to add an armatures, like add bones. Yeah, I want to add bone. I want to give this guy. I want to bring this guy alive. Something like that. Not add. I don't know if it was the right code to actually create an opening now, but literally I mean just like delete the whole this dead like stuff. But let's leave it like this. Control S. Saved. What am I going to do next? What I'm going to do next is that, well, I will duplicate this guy. Probably maybe I want to like work on it, like something. Um, sorry, E. Just continue working on. So I want to add like bones. Control A. Apply all transforms. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yada 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 yada. Not be bad if we say let us cut, belts and stuff like that, and trouser. I just give it a kind of clothes form. But I mean, that may take a long time. I think using UVs work best for now. I think using UVs work best for that. Where you can just I can just like UV unwrap this guy, UV unwrap this part, UV unwrap. So just put specifically what I want to put here. I think that would be much better. But I mean, that's what I think. And I think that should work. That should basically work. That's UV unwrap it. Yeah, if your app should work, I will try that maybe another time. I'm not. Uh, I don't have the strength to start doing that thing. So let's move into adding bones to this character. All right, so let us correct the eye. It should have like cuts like this guy. So I mean, it should be like maybe let's just say three loop cuts around the eye. Um, does not really have to be that three, but three is okay. Um, I mean, and it should be like a bit circular enough. Just move guy. Nope. Nope. So adding a loop curtain was quite uh so looking for a way to add loop curtain on there. Do I cut? If I actually have to cut, let me try that and remember the main modifier. I have to cut parts. I genuinely think this is how they do it. But I've noticed something about using instant mesh. It just gives you better deformation. You don't like I don't really need to start adding all this stuff. Like the eye will deform properly. But I think let us just follow due process. So what I was trying to do is like see if I can give it that circle shape. Let's give it circle shape as possible. Mm, I don't know. I think the eyes actually determines how the character looks. The way I just keep changing, I just notice that the character, the persona of the character just change every time. It's looking as if it's almost sad. Yeah. Oops. What's happening? You know what? I'll just do this later, because I think the idea is that I need to add the eye to know how best it looks. Then I use the just move the vertex like closer to where the like where to give the shape of the eye. So I think that's what I have to do.
Alright, thank you very much for staying to the end of this video. I really appreciate, and I'm going to release the other parts to continue. We are going to do UVs and the other on the rest. So thank you very much for watching. Please like and share. Thank you.